This is a Sister Wives news pile where I will review the latest Sister Wives news articles on gossip blogs and talk about them. And there's actually a lot of interesting stuff to go through. This article was published today in Touch, and it says that Christine's marriage makes Janelle want to be single. What a headline. Apparently, Janelle did this People magazine interview with Christine. It was a joint interview, and Christine had said, I remember you came over to the campfire and we were making food and stuff, and you're like, oh, you've got someone who really helps. David does everything. He's super helpful. And you're like, he really does everything. He does so much. And Janelle responds, I don't need this. I don't want this, actually. I don't need another person. You do. This is for you. But this is not for me. It's not what I want. So clearly, Janelle is not on the fast track train that Christine and Meri are on for the lovers or whatever. And I can respect that. She's not hiding in the corner waiting for a man to show up. Maybe in time, but she's really in no rush, honestly. And this makes me like her even a little more. She has great kids, a great life. It is what it is. Another article by Reality Blurb asks the question that I think a lot of fans are asking too. Will Sister Wives be canceled? And the reasons they give is that the show has gone downhill since Christine left, and how toxic the dynamic is, just dragging the show down, especially seeing the grown kids, aka Gabriel, cry about the relationships with Kody. Is this just bad TV, essentially? And I know a lot of fans think this way, but ratings, people, ratings. The ratings are great. Good enough for spinoffs. Sister Wives is not getting canceled. I don't think so. It said, Season 18 was a far cry from the early Sister Wives days, where the biggest issues were how to escape Utah in the dead of the night and how long it took Kody to jog each of his 4 homes in their beloved cul-de-sac. Earlier seasons had major drama like catfishing, weddings, home births. The latest installment showed Kody at his lowest point as he navigated a life with just one wife. The patriarch had successfully pushed anyone who had ever loved him away and left him with his only option, monogamy hater Robin Brown. I love how they call her monogamy hater. Do you guys agree with this? What do you think? The article also says that there's this new show coming to town that will compete with Sister Wives and potentially blow it out of the water. The show is called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which apparently is going to air on Hulu. According to Deadline, the network is in the works of filming the new series that is set to give Sister Wives a run for its money. The shocker here is that the cast of Mormon polygamous women are also swingers. Think Bunny Ranch meets Little House on the Prairie. I mean, I think I'm going to give it a shot for one episode, but this might be just too much for me. But I'm still curious. That sounds strange. And now let's see Christine's reaction to Meri's new beau, Amos, who was presented to the world recently. In another exclusive interview with People magazine, I mean, are they talking to people every day? It kind of seems like that sometimes, and it's always an exclusive. The headline reads, Christine Brown is thrilled former sister wife Meri has found new love. Absolutely awesome. Christine Brown and her husband David exclusively told People how excited they are for Meri Brown's new relationship with her boyfriend Amos. And basically, she told them that she found out about Amos on social media just like the rest of the world. It's not like Meri texted her letting her know or anything. And she said, I'm just happy for her. So happy for her. This is absolutely awesome. I'm just thrilled for her to be able to be in a romantic relationship. It's just really an incredible thing to feel like you are loved more than anybody else. David loves me more than everybody else. I love him more than anyone else. It really is a powerful thing to know that you really have your person. Why am I not shocked that Christine somehow turned it back to her and how David is awesome and how they have this perfect union and love for each other? Typical. This is getting highly typical. I mean, some fans are saying that Christine's ego is getting out of control. I don't think it's ego. I just think like she does like to brag about her relationship a lot and talk about soulmates and the whole thing. Well, can we also not ignore the fact that Amos, Meri's new beau, has had a slew of terrible articles come out about him that say all sorts of things based on documents or whatever they found. Like, I can't quantify and say everything's true, but something about child support, something about his ex saying that maybe he's using Meri and he's a fan. Not a good month for Amos. I now know why he wanted to just be friends with Meri at the beginning, because he's got skeletons maybe in that closet. And now it all brings me to Kody's nephew, Ben, who appeared on a podcast very recently. We learned on the episode of the podcast that Kody's dad's ranch, which is like a mysterious figure in Sister Wives, it's talked about a little bit. Apparently it still has some extended family living on it, and that basically the Mormon church would like send these families to different areas to populate it kind of and spread the gospel. And that's how Kody's family ended up in Wyoming. At first they were in St. George, but then they got sent to Wyoming. Ben is his name, and he left for college in 2007 and then left the AUB, which is their specific sect. And then he went to the LDS church, then quit that religion as well. Apparently, there was a bakery on the ranch, and the kids would work there because they didn't want outside people kind of working there. And Ben just admits that he loves his Aunt Christine. He loves her so much, and she's his favorite of Kody's wives. He was actually at Christine's wedding, so he was one of Kody's relatives that actually showed up, in loyalty to Christine. And by the way, Ben looks exactly like Hunter to me, and apparently has a TikTok. And honestly, Ben sounded really smart to me in the podcast. I don't know if I'm really tired. He just sounded so smart in terms of what he was saying and how articulate he is. I just thought it was interesting to find out more about that ranch and he said that about 20 people at a time would live in that little ranch area, which is quite a bit, for that land. I guess the last of the older adults would be Kody's mom, I think, would still be there and probably supported by some of her kids or grandkids. Hard to speculate, but the ranch always seemed like such a really interesting place to me. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening to my Sister Wives news pile. There are interesting articles coming out all the time, and I'm here to talk about them. All right, guys, bye.